Russia just formally recognized the Taliban government of Afghanistan. Here's the news without the Western spin. First off, the name of the country is technically the Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan. That's what they call themselves. And it just reached a milestone that's likely to forever change the world order. What you knew about international norms is on its way out the door. Let me explain. For decades, the world operated under one simple rule. If the West doesn't recognize you, you don't exist on the world stage. Simple as that. Right? America, Britain, France. These were the gatekeepers of international, legitimacy. They decided who got to be a real country and who didn't. That era, though, just ended in a very clear-cut way, right? You're living through history being written right now. Despite what some of you say, you don't want to live through history. Oh, well, you don't get to choose. On July 3rd, just yesterday, 2025, Russia became the first nation to officially recognize the Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan's, the country they have, breaking 4 years of Western-imposed isolation on the country. America was very salty, you see, from having to exit Afghanistan in the middle of the night as their puppet government collapsed after 20 years of America trying to, bring freedom, right? That was in 2020. Why won't these damn natives take the freedom I'm shoving down their throat? Why? What's so frustrating, these colonial subjects? I mean puppets. I mean oil. Oh! Right. Anyway, sorry. Sorry, that was me trying to just be a bit funny. It doesn't always work. It's hit and miss. Like coconut water. Sometimes it's really a miss because this thing goes off really quick. Anyway, but here's the game changer. Here's the real game changer. Nuclear-armed, UN Security Council permanent seat-holding great regional power, Russian Federation, announced the recognition of Afghanistan. And China, right, immediately welcomed the move, calling it pragmatic for regional cooperation, meaning, practically, pragmatic is like, I don't know why I'm doing this all the time. Practically, China sees this as a suitable move. Are we about to see more countries recognize the Islamic Emirate? Every country that does basically puts up a middle finger to America. This is the Bangladeshi middle finger. Puts up a middle finger to America saying, we recognize the government that overthrew you and confiscated your $7 billion worth of military equipment. Are you salty? It is what it is. That's basically how geopolitics works. Now, this isn't just two countries making a deal. This is the birth of a completely new pathway to international recognition for, countries or, budding states. And it bypasses completely Western approval. It's never been like this, by the way. Never, as in since the end of World War II when the United Nations was established. For the first time in modern history, we're seeing major powers create legitimacy without waiting for Washington's permission, capital of America. I called New York capital of America. Lots of people got triggered. I meant that as a cultural and economic capital. Washington's the administrative capital. Anyway, the Islamic Emirates foreign minister called Russia's decision a brave example for other countries. And he's right? Other countries are watching. They're learning. Because this is all new. This is new territory. This is new world order. If you're in Squid Game and you've never played red light, green light before, you're going to have to learn on the fly or get absolutely eliminated. Let's say I don't want to get this demonetized. Geopolitics can be way harsher than Squid Game. Best believe, guys. Best believe. Iran has already, for example, deepened economic ties with Afghanistan far prior to this announcement. They're two mountain fortress states, essentially. They both share the same logistical challenges. They're both Muslim states outside of America's sphere of influence, and therefore have been on the business end of American hostility or aggression in some way, shape or form. Afghanistan more, Iran a bit less, but Iran more from America's proxy. Anyway, there's a lot of overlap between Afghanistan and Iran. And now, even though both of these economies have a lot of developing to do, they're already trading over $3 billion worth of goods yearly. Other nations are watching, guys. Other nations are watching. They're calculating their own moves. What benefits me, right? A great regional power just legitimized these lot. What should we do? Is there any gain for me? Because if there's not, I'm not working towards, geopolitical realpolitik, being practical, being selfish for my people and my country. I need to be selfish, but how can I make this work for my state? That's how countries are thinking about it. My forecast, expect a flood of recognition when China recognizes. And also expect countries outside of Western influence at the moment to recognize earlier. Your North Koreas, right? as they won't fear America getting upset because they're already upset with them to some extent. Now, here's the summary as we wrap up. The West no longer holds the monopoly on deciding who counts as legitimate in international relations on the world stage. The global order just shifted, and most people don't even realize it yet. But you do, and now you understand what's going on here. Now, my sincere thanks. The video's over. You can go home. You can go home. But for those who stick around, the real G's. Others might be real G's. They're more busy, less willing to put extra time. Anyway, for those who stick around, my sincere thanks to you guys, especially, those who are watching my videos to the end, those who are watching the majority of my videos. It means so much. Your comments, I read them. I don't always reply, but I promise you I make the time to read your comments. Even DMs I try to read and reply to. But please don't just send a salam or a hi. Something, say something substantial if you've got a genuine question, if you've got genuine praise, to boost my ego. I'm kidding. If you've got something chunky, send that. Because trust me, responding to 2,000 highs it's very time consuming. That's another 10 videos I could have researched and made. What do you think about that? Would you rather have 10 more of my videos, well researched, well demonstrated? Would you rather, if you care about me, would you rather your brother is, kept sane, or do you want me just sitting there clicking open a chat, it says hi, I say hi, it says salam alaikum, I say wa alaikum salam, approve the message, hit send, and then go back and do it again, 100 times over. Very taxing. And so please do keep commenting, but not like that, ideally. And please do help me grow my YouTube channel, link in my TikTok bio. If you want to help me, right? Loads of people wonder, how can I help this guy? How can I support his work? He's trying to do something here. I make dua for you. Making dua, number one, great. Okay, if you're Muslim, you can do that, obviously. If you're not Muslim, I don't know, you can pray for me. Maybe it'll get to me somehow. But if you're looking for something tangible, I'm not even asking for money. I'm asking for your help, though. Help me grow and eventually monetize, and we can move mountains together with this community I'm trying to build based on analysis, based on news, without the Western spin. I want to give people the choice to decide for themselves based on the information delivered, not information reaches me, I spin it like BBC Sky, hit it, chuck it at you, and your head's spinning after you listen to it, right? I'm not for that life, right? The news life, I didn't choose the news life chose me. I was trying to do a thug life joke. It didn't work. It doesn't always work, guys. It doesn't always work. So how am I asking for help? Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Post the comments there. Give me supporting messages. How can I make the YouTube channel really pop? I don't know. I've not really done this before. We're trying to rival BBC, Sky, Fox News, CNN, those outlets. Eventually, we're going to get there. Anyway, we'll wrap it up here. I'm Mahfuz, and I'll see you on the next one.